Hey, crew, what's going on? England just did their anthem. Their kits look absolutely beautiful. That white with the gold trim. And then France is hitting theirs right now. They're all chanting in the stadium. A lot of pageantry, man. A lot of passion in the fan base right now. I'd love to see it. The broadcast sounds a little bit has some static. It's a lot of feedback going on right now. So this game doesn't really have that many big implications. So France v England. I'm going to see the updated results on what we're looking at. So Ireland has 20 points. Of course, they won. Scotland ended up with 12. England. So it depends. This is a fight for second place. England or France at this point, and we'll see who comes out on top of it. Because even if England hits bonus, they'll pass Scotland. And then what do we have? Then we have France is at 11 points, and it's a battle for second place right now. So there's still some implication in it. Not like the drama that we were expecting. Ian, congratulations on the win, my friend. You should feel at top of the world. Ireland looked incredible this entire Six Nations. They deserved it. The best team won the Six Nations, 100% sure. And celebrate it with St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. St. Patrick's Day is tomorrow, so you have a lot to celebrate. You did play your ass off, 100%. You said it perfectly. Yes, sir. Ireland, congratulations. Scrum Green. Y'all look fantastic. The best team won. The best team won Six Nations 100%. The most consistent throughout. A tough team. And their scrum was absolutely insane. Oh, you played ass. Oh, you think you played ass? I said you played your ass off. That's funny. Gonna go France. So you're pulling for France. So France, if they win this one, they'll be in second. It'd be Ireland, France. If England gets bonus, maybe they'll be in third. Because how many points do you get in a loss? Do you get any points in a loss? Because how's Wales get 4? Maybe because they went 0-5. But they must have got some bonus, right? Oh, let me turn the score on real quick. The countdown timer, what happened? You get 0, 1 if you get bonus, 2 if you get both. Okay. Okay, good heads up on that, Ian. Here we go. They're just re-kicking it. Marseille. They're in Lyon. There we go. Man, the French crowd is energetic right now. Itoji with a nice kick. Ben Earl's going to be the man of the match if they pull through. Ben Earl with a nice early tackle. And Itoji got it. Oh, beautiful behind. Man, under leg throw by France. Oh, and the left side of the pitch is open. Deputé. BLBRE. Here we go. Michael Chris says, okay, Super Saturday final leg. Let's go England. That's who I have winning for this. I'm 2-2 for the day. So I called Italy. I called Ireland. I'm calling England. So if England wins, I'll be 3 for 3 for today. But France is, oh, nice. Oh, it's just too far. Too far on the little chip from Qrew. It went out of bounds. Go England, Mark. What's up, Mark? How you doing, boss? Good seeing you. Yeah, I have England winning for my pick today. If I do it, I go 3 for 3. The fake player bias is if England win, Ben Earl's the man of the match. right? On France, right? I like Ben Earl. I just like the way the quality of his play, man. If France wins, it's going to have to be, I think Pinot is going to make a massive impact if it's from the French side of things. Qrew with a beautiful under the leg pass. That was beautiful. You going for France, Ian? Oh yeah, did you see Pasolo Tuolangi? He got I guess demoted. He was playing for the U20s last night. He was playing for U20s last night. Who's starting? Is it George Ford starting today, right? Over Smith? Oh, nice line out. Man, the power of France right there in that maul. Wow, France is looking very stout to start. Miapu. Oh, Legeric. Pinot and Van de Merwe are very similar. In fact, they both have amazing games or really quiet ones. That's a good heads up on that, Ian. How are you gonna celebrate St. Patrick's Day and the Irish win? Knock on, and Ian, you have any big celebrations? Any food that you're gonna make to celebrate? Yeah, France is punching through England right now. They have some feedback happening within the headset for this broadcast. Ian says 77 minutes away from another great competition. First of all, have you enjoyed? And secondly, what are your top 3 takeaways from the championship? Yeah, so first one, I've enjoyed this very much. It's been a lot of fun and really introduced me to the game of rugby because I got to see it from beginning to end, right? Seeing highlights is one thing, but actually experiencing it with educated rugby fans like yourself and experts in the space, and also seeing a match from beginning, that's a knock on. Seeing the match from beginning to end and understanding how the set pieces unfold, it gave me a lot more insight to the game instead of just looking at it from a high level view, because highlights are just that. They're gonna showcase all the highlights, but seeing the entire holistic aspect of the game has really helped further my education, not only to the game itself, but learning the players and being also able to understand the strategy that's happening in real time and experiencing the excitement of the game. So that's the first one. And for the second one, my top 3 takeaways from the championship, man, that's a fantastic question. Let me see. Did I have one takeaway? I have a lot more to learn in rugby when it comes to analyzing the sport from a setup perspective. There's a fight back here between the French player and the English players. They're in a little scuffle. I have a lot more to learn because there's a lot of pieces that I'm still not understanding as far as like how like the 9 and 10 are setting up the plays and mastering the game and moving the pieces around. And that's what I love. So nice, like watching. Hey, Benz, how's it going? Good seeing you. Nervy start, huh? France is looking solid. What else? Another thing that stands out is the passion and pride that every country takes in their team and how much it means to every country is one thing that really was showcased to me by watching Six Nations, and how respectful each of the nations are to one another. Because out from the outside looking in, I looked at rugby as just like, oh, you know, you look at it, it looks like these teams are not friends with one another, right? But that quote that you all told me, like it's a gentleman's game. What is it? No, it's a hooligan's game played by gentlemen, and that's really shown through as I've been watching all these rugby matches. Like on the pitch, they leave it out on the field and they play incredibly hard in a very competitive game. But once the game is over, there's a lot of respect and camaraderie and love shown towards each other, not for like to each nation. So that's one thing that's really stuck out of my mind. Is like my second. The third would be, let me see. The third thing that stuck out, just the athleticism, really. The athleticism and the talent across the world. Like playing American football, I'm not exposed to the game of rugby as far as like familiarity with the marketing, but now that I have access to rugby and the community that we're building, that you all help continue to build and create, I've learned so much, and now it's just really just got me just really invested into the players and learning from all levels of rugby. And I could see how not niche the rugby is, I want to say. I could see how tight the rugby community is. I can see how much tight the rugby community is and how we all stand behind one another and all the players and teams that support one another. So like rugby community is one of the most supportive, if not the most supportive communities I've ever been a part of in my life. It's, of course, there's friendly banter that happens between teams, but it's out of a good, loving place, right? And so I love that aspect of rugby. It's been an enjoyable experience so far. And EJ, what's up, EJ? He says, I'm here so I don't get fined. Viva la France. Viva la France, for darn sure. It's going to be a good match. France is putting it on England right now. Ford just marked it about the 20. A substitution for England already. Furbank is getting some medical treatment right now. He messed his calf up. Yeah, his Furbank has jacked his calf up. Oh. Ben says, I worked at Bath Stadium. It's a real community. Lots of access to players compared to other major sports. And I can see exactly what you're talking about with their bins, because what I've seen, especially the more money that gets injected into a sport, the further. Oh, wow. Marcus Smith is coming in for Furbank already. Marcus Smith is coming in for Furbank already. So he's playing fullback because Furbank's a 15. Wow, that's okay. Fullback is one of the most, like, that's a well-rounded position, right? Let me see what I have in my notes. Because yeah, fullback has a skill of a 10. They're the last line of defense, and they're good at field kicks is what I have. So fullback is like skills of a 10, so they can command the field, managing. So no wonder they brought Smith in. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I'll be ready for the questions, Ian. Bring them on, brother. But yeah, I've been noticing about the rugby community. When you have access to the players, like it seems like an open, friendly community. And the more money's injected into a sport like NFL, NBA, the players seem disconnected from their fan base, but almost like a superiority complex is what I found. And rugby doesn't seem to have that same type of mentality. It seems open, friendly, like you'll meet one of these guys and they'll sit down and have a drink with you at the pub and just chew the fat, talk a little bit of mess for a little bit. And that's what I really like about rugby. It seems like an open, friendly community where you can get access to the players and they'll treat you with respect. And that's not so much seen as in like the high money of professional sports. You know, Do you see the 10's fly half position? Yeah, AJ. So I've been learning about the 9 and the 10 are like co-quarterbacks in the position. And so I've been seeing that. And what I'm really not understanding yet and able to identify is how they're setting, how 10s are setting the match up from a strategic standpoint and managing that game. So I really want to learn that and become more familiar with the strategy with how that's working. Anyone have the live stream link? Chris, I do not have a live stream link. Depending on what country you're from, they have access. So since if you're in England or the UK, you have BBC and ITV are available. RTE2 is if you're in Ireland. Where else? You have like Super Sport if you're in Spain, I believe. And you have Stan Sport if you're in Australia. So depending on where your location is, they should have the stream links available. And you should be good to go. And if you're in America, I'm watching it on Peacock is where I'm watching mine. Oh, Virgin Media 1, Pat, 100%. Hey, Pat, how's it going? Good seeing you. Happy Saturday. Congratulations to Ireland on the win, too. And happy St. Patrick's Day upcoming tomorrow. Let's see. Hello from Ireland, says Pat. Pat O'Brien here. Pat, good to see you, my bro. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to Ireland on an exceptional win. The back-to-back Six Nations. You deserved it. Most consistent team in the entire Six Nations. And well-played match. Definitely enjoy yourself and enjoy St. Patrick's Day. Going out on a high note. Ian says, next, what 3 games would you love to go to? Oh, you're in Spain, Chris? So, Chris, since you're in Spain, you're going to be it's going to be Super Sport is where you can watch it. Super Sport is where you can watch it in Spain, Chris. Hopefully that helps you, my friend. Next 3 games. So, Fiji, New Zealand. I want to see South Africa versus Ireland. And then I want to see... I want to see Scotland versus USA. Those are the 3 I want to see. USA, Scotland because it's stateside. New Zealand versus Fiji because it's also stateside and it's just right down the block from where I live. Forward got the kick, 3-0 England, and then who did I say? New Zealand, South Africa, Ireland, South Africa, and then America, Scotland is who I want to see. Those are my 3 games I would love to go to. What's up, T-Dot? How you doing? Happy Saturday, my friend. Appreciate you dropping in. NFL versus rugby. Which would you say is more entertaining product to consume, minus all the glitz and glam? It's a fair question. You know, I find them so uniquely interesting. It's sort of hard for me because I love the game of NFL. It's fun to watch. I'm familiar with it. I'm so familiar with it. I've been watching it my entire life. So I love all the aspects of American football in the NFL. But I like the pace of rugby. So I don't know. It's a toss up for me. I enjoy them both for separate reasons. I would say, T-Dot. What about you? Which one's more entertaining product do you like the most? And I think it plays, too, from an entertainment standpoint, like, especially, like, which teams are playing, because not all NFL teams are fun to watch. Not all NFL games are fun to watch, because if the teams are sorry, it's sort of boring. So it's based on, like, the high power, like, the team's, like, high powerness, I would say. And I would say within rugby, I'm still getting familiar with the game. I have to check the club level and see where I'm at with that and learn the teams available there. But yeah, I'm enjoying both for separate reasons, for sure. What would be your thought process on that, T? Ian says Ireland play All Blacks this November. Oh, they play the All Blacks this November. Ooh, that'd be a fun one to watch. EJ says, as a fan of rugby and American football, I find rugby more entertaining because you grew up playing. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, because there's a lot of similarities, especially with football and rugby, right? The pace or the length of the game, like setting up a set play when you're looking from a defensive or offensive or attacking standpoint, and like assessing the field behind the team. And so I could definitely see that. There's a lot of similarities, especially rugby and soccer or football are the closest tied. And the only like similarities that American football has with rugby is just the physicality aspect of it. Other than that, you know, it's a very different game as far as that standpoint, but so the skills are transferable as far as like the agility and things like that. But as far as the game itself, I can see the major differences in rugby and American football now for sure. Ian says Munster finally got a friendly game organized against New Zealand. My dad got us tickets for it. Dude, that's going to be a lot of fun, Ian. That's going to be a lot of fun. Let me know when you go to that. Let me know when you go to that game. I've been, since I talked to you about Munster, I keep close track of Munster since you told me about the Crusaders game and all of that. So I've been keeping close track on Munster. Josh says, do you think rugby is more physically demanding sport than American football? I think American football is more physically demanding for the aspect of the dynamics of the tackling, right? From a physicality standpoint, it's more of a collision sport where, because you're getting a lot of tackles that you're not able to judge, and you can get hit off ball. Like rugby players aren't getting hit off the ball. As far as like if you don't have the ball in your hand, you can't get hit. In American football, you're always getting, something's always happening from the dynamicism of the physicality standpoint. And so I think in that respect, from a physicality standpoint, football is more demanding and has more variability with the type of collisions that you're taking from your head to your toes. Rugby is more physically demanding from an aerobic capacity standpoint because you have to be able to manage your endurance throughout the duration of a game. So it's knowing when to step on the gas to push the pace and knowing when to let back to conserve that energy. And I think just from a tackling, there's definitely physicality in rugby when it comes to tackling, but you can judge it a little bit more. Right. I think you can judge the tackling and the contact a little bit more in rugby. You're not expecting high tackles or too many low tackles. You can set up for that play. And so that's what I would think was the big difference. I think they're both physically demanding in their own respect. Football definitely more from a physical collision standpoint, and rugby more from an aerobic capacity standpoint, and also like having just that aspect as far as like being able to stand through the duration of a game and being able to, you know, have that knowing when to step on the gas and maintain that energy is what I would say, just from my thought process right now. You're in Curry pad? Nice. Cork, says Ian. Munster bro. Yeah, Munster bros. Absolutely, lad. It says EJ says, which do you think is more mentally demanding, football or American football or rugby? Mentally demanding. That's a good question. Let me see. It's hard to say. I think they're both mentally demanding, right? I think they're. Let me think, because there's a lot of strategy, and that's the part where I'm understanding more about rugby after watching like really good analysts in the sport of rugby. Of especially like how they're setting up the pieces of the game. There's a lot of strategy happening behind the scenes off the ball that I'm still becoming familiar with. So I think there's a mental aspect that's happening there. And trying to get the advantage and expose weaknesses on the team. So there's a physical aspect that's demanding. I think that's where where I'm starting to understand rugby a lot more of the mental demands of it. American football, mentally demanding. There's aspects that are very mentally demanding in football as well because, you know, the coaches and everything, they're setting up the plays on the field. So you have a game plan going into a game when you're assessing your opponents. from a defensive and offensive standpoint. And so you have your playbook of plays where you're essentially, playing chess in a sense, where the mental acute. Oh, Qrew is going. Oh, France is pushing. Inside lane. Oh, what a beautiful try by France. They set the pace. That was absolutely gorgeous what France did right there. And so the Sassy Fox, how's it going? Happy Saturday. I appreciate you dropping in. How's your day going? And so that's what I would say. So, I mean, from American football, the mental aspect is like judging what your opponent's going to do, like especially from a defensive standpoint. You're always playing on your heels in a sense because you don't know what's coming at you. So you're judging the man in front of you. And so I think the mental aspect is equal on both sports, I would say, honestly, because there's aspects of football where, your body's reacting, and I think there's aspects of rugby where you're sort of like on autopilot where you're reacting as well. I think the most physically demanding positions, though, are like the 9 and 10 because and correct me if I'm wrong in rugby, the 9 and 10 are more mentally demanding because they're trying to master the field and see what's going on. And in American football, the quarterback and the linebackers are having the most mentally demanding aspect on the game because they're the commanders of the field. They're the field generals, so they have to be able to understand what's going on and see the entire structure of the game, not just playing that position. Oh, DuPont's in the crowd. DuPont in the crowd. That's awesome. T-Dot says, I watched the last 2 Super Bowls. I'm constantly reminding myself that I can't get through a game without having the phone and commercials. That makes sense, T-Dot. Yeah, because there's a lot of breaks and intermissions between American football. And so you can take your foot off the gas in American football and not pay attention to the entire game and then pick up in the fourth quarter when things start heating up. And so I completely understand that with American football. You don't have to watch a full game. You can watch highlights and get the gist of it and see what happened. Whereas in rugby, it feels like you have to watch the duration of the game to understand what unfolded and what set these plays to happen and unwind. And so you definitely have to be more engaged with rugby than you do have to be in American football, especially from a bystander standpoint. Watching passively, it's a lot easier to watch American football passively than it is to watch rugby, because rugby you have to be sort of active and understand what's going on, because otherwise you're like, how'd this unfold, like what's happening, like what's going on. So I agree with you 100% on that, Josh. 100% I believe. I mean, T-Dot, I agree with you on that one. Ian says meant to be the question asker. Clive says, Jeff, modern professional players have electric monikers. Yeah, Clive, it's sewn in the back of their jersey, right? Like on right here on their uniform. Clive, Sassy Fox, you good? I'm glad you're doing well. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. Who are you pulling for today, Sassy Fox? Where are you dropping in from, by the way? I'm out here in Scottsdale, Arizona. Josh says, with American football, there's a lot more talking to coaches, performing plays. Rugby involves more thinking on your feet, and it requires more mental cohesion. I would agree with that, Josh. I would agree with that 100%. You're right, because the coach can get the players on the field, but in rugby, like you mentioned, there has to be a cohesion, there has to be a fluidity and an understanding of one another as you're going, as the pacing of the game. In football, your battles happen usually between you and your opponent. Like, you're focusing on executing your strategy as well as you can, and letting your other players on the field execute their way they can, because once you do, you can create weaknesses and expose defenses or offenses, whatever have you. But it's about understanding and playing your role well enough so plays can unfold and happen. And you're right, there needs to be more cohesion within the space of rugby, and a dynamic happening more dynamically than American football. So I agree with you on that. Football is definitely built more on like the one-on-one aspect. If you win your battle in American football, you're expecting your teammates to win their individual battles, and that's what's going to create the plays and opportunities to unfold and move you down the field, or stop a team from happening. Whereas in rugby, it's more dynamic, and like you've mentioned, you have to set up that cohesion on the fly. That was a mishandle on England's part right there, but he got it back. EJ says in American football, okay, missed that one. EJ says in American football, the coach and coordinators are calling each plays, while the dynamism of rugby requires each player to make a decision on the fly with overall game and strat. I agree with you, EJ. EJ, Josh and EJ, you're 100% correct. And the thing about that's different between American football and rugby too is that, England got that nice recovery. Rugby players have to be a lot more well-rounded in the positioning on their field. Oh, man, France is breaking loose. Yep, what a good chip. Oh, Biarré. Oh, good job, Marcus Smith, for getting that, recovering that. Wow, the pace on that was insane. So I think rugby players have to be more well-rounded, because at any point rugby players have to be able to switch positions during a game. I know it may not happen a lot, but like a fullback can switch to a 10 if it needs to happen, or vice versa. And like you see props being able to pick up the ball and run with it and move and make plays happen. Where in American football, once you're in a set position, you're usually tied to that position for your entire life. So if you're a center, all you do is snap the ball to the quarterback, you block, and they're not carrying the ball. Your wide receiver, you run your routes, you block a little bit, and like that. Like American football is more specialized to a position, and you're not seeing a lot of carryover to where like a wide receiver is playing an offensive lineman or playing defense or whatever. Whereas I've noticed in rugby that even your bigger players, they can mold and play and fill a gap where there needs to be filled in the dynamicism of the game. So rugby players are more well-rounded in positioning, you see. And like you were talking about, like how what's his name, Eben Etzebeth, he went from playing wing to playing second row, like a flanker. And that's like, to do that, you wouldn't be able to do that in American football, right? That's like playing an offensive lineman or something and then gonna go play wide receiver. It's just not happening that much, right? So that's what I think. Jeff, the monitor, Clive says, Jeff, the monitor transmits running, walking, standing times, heartbeat, high beat. Wow, so they're really dialed in. I would love to see the statistics on all these players from each of the games and track that data. I love seeing the data of that. Ian says, Pad, I think we played very poorly on attacking view, especially in the first half, but England ran deserve the winners in fairness. I've come to accept it. Ian says, I don't know if you missed the comment earlier about watching URC. Did you miss it, or am I tripping? I'm going to watch ERC, but I believe I missed that comment. American football is a team sport built off. You said it, Josh. You said it 100%. Chris Michael says, I don't see American and football too far apart. Both are trying to get Ramos to the cross kick. Pinot could have tupped that. It was off the corner, the pylon, I'll call it. Chris Michael says, I don't see American football and rugby too far apart. Both trying to get to a gain line success. In rugby has rolling phases of open play and a set piece of play at times, whereas football are plays and set. 100%, Chris. Yeah, you said it perfectly. I agree with that. Pat says, Ian, next year I'll be the captain for Ireland and Munster. Okay, Pat, I like that. Good luck with that. I hope you achieve all your dreams. 100%, Pat. I hope you achieve your dreams. That's fantastic. Let me know when you do, too. I'd love to come check out your games live. EJ says, yep, Chris Michael, I agree. Rugby and AF are actually similar. Major difference are forward passes and the 3-down rule. Yeah, so like if we looked at it with like football has 4 phases, right? To our downing system, right? So you said it perfectly, both EJ and Chris. I love that. You could Ian says, you could buy a pass to watch URC for the rest of the season, by the way. If you bought the monthly pass on the 23rd, you would get charged 3 times. It would end up costing. Oh, that's not bad. Only $30. That's not bad at all. That's the comment again. So they say England's trying to slow down the pace a little bit. Boom. That crowd is the French crowd. They're super active and engaged. They're an interactive fan base, I've noticed. Even when I watched when UFC was in France, the Ultimate Fighting Championships was in France, their crowd is just like very engaged and interactive. It's really cool to see. They create an awesome atmosphere from what I've witnessed. Who's the commentator? From which one? Mark Smith? When you get 7 rounds of regular seasons, that's nice. Nice by Ford. Ford kicked a mess out of that. Good play. Oh, good block by Ben Earl. He touched it. Oh, good touch on Fran. Oh, but he knocked it out. Ian says, when you get that 7 rounds regular season and quarterfinal, semis and grand finals. Okay. Pinot just barely missed it, just out of his grasp. He lost his footing. If you bought it on the 22nd, though, you get charged 4 times, so it'll be $40. I'd say get it on the 20th. Good heads up on that. Good heads up on that. I appreciate that, Ian. I'm going to check it out for sure. Get the URC and really stay dialed into it. Hey, Gary, how's it going? Gary, good seeing you. Happy Saturday. Gary says, bro, I admire the rugby watching marathon. You were streaming when I last loaded YouTube like 4 hours ago. Still going. Still on it, my friend. I appreciate that, Gary. Yeah, I'm just love connecting with you all and watching the game of rugby, man. It's just accelerated my learning. And just, it's just having fun watching rugby, man. Just really getting invested into the game and the community, the players, everything involved. Oh, very good move by Ginge. Yeah, and so it's just accelerated my learning curve so much by sitting here watching and just really getting invested in the game. For sure, I appreciate you, Gary. How's your Saturday going, by the way? Pat says, Ian, did you hear the news of Charlie Bird? At Hit, you should, Ian says, you should look up what time the games will be at in AZ. I should, yeah. Let's do it at halftime. Oh, my gosh. France has pace today. They're playing great ball right now. Oh, good little chip. Oh, but he tried to go for that cross kick. Faku has it. A good tackle on England. Penalty advantage. No. Whoa, I told you with the... Oh, but it's an advantage. It doesn't matter. Chris says young players are slowly bled into positions, starting at wing or fullback, and then some game transition time into their final position. Oh, that's cool how it's all set up. See, I like that explanation of that, Chris, because yeah, in American football, the way, like, usually you could tell the size of a kid when you're at an early age. And so they really start putting kids in positions like where they're going to be like an offensive lineman, D lineman, or skilled positions like a wide receiver, running back by a very early age. And usually you settle in those positions by like 5 years old to 10 years old, around that age frame. And then you stick through it without the longevity of your career. So it's just interesting to see how rugby transitions and bleeds their players from the youth into finding your final position, in a sense, right? As you develop as an athlete and as an individual by yourself too, because we all grow as we get older, and some get bigger than others. But it's cool to see how that works. So thanks for letting me know that. Clive says, Jeff, in war, rugby is best play. Excuse me. Clive says, Jeff, in war and rugby, the best laid plans go out the window. Then it's up to the players playing on the front. Knowing teammates is essential. I love that. I love that, Clive. You're 100% right. I can definitely see what you mean for sure, because you have to strategize and you have to be a cohesive unit. That's why having experienced players on the pitch and, you know, also like the mix of youth and experience helps a lot, because you have the veterans that are able to sort of lead the charge, but you have the youth, like that warrior class that has that energy and can just continue to push the game and the pace forward. So I really love that mentality. It's a very great comparison, Clive. I love that. Ian says, no, I don't know who that is. Michael says, I enjoy watching how you enjoy. I appreciate you, Michael. I appreciate you, my friend. Yeah, no, I appreciate you all just dropping in and showing the love and all of your support as always. It means the world to me. You've all helped build such an incredible, positive environment and made this an enjoyable transition into rugby. You've made this all so much enjoyable for me. Dang, we're in the third quarter. We're in the third quarter of this the fourth quarter, I should say, right? Of the first half? So 39-26 carries for France, or France wins that. 300 meters to 166 France. 4-1 line breaks France, and France is beating England up in all aspects of the game right now. 13-3. Guan Morgan, what's up, boss? How you doing? I appreciate you dropping in. Happy Saturday or Sunday, depending where you are in the world. Been a big fan for a while. Who's my favorite rugby player? My favorite rugby player is Cheslin Colby. Cheslin Colby is my favorite rugby player by far. I just love the way he plays the game. Something about him sticks out a lot to me that is just really enjoyable to watch. But as I've been going through Six Nations, I've been picking up a lot of players that I enjoy. So from each team, like I really like Ben Earl. I like Ben Earl, just like the way he plays the game. He's like all around. He's consistent. He is well-rounded. He's a well-rounded athlete. Let me see who else from France. I like Gael Ficou. I like Gael Ficou for France. I just think he's a good player. And also Pinot. From Italy, Capuzzo from Italy. From Wales, I really like Rio Dyer. I feel like he came of age this Six Nations. He's done really well. Who else do we have? Scotland, Finn Russell, Duhan, and then who else? Who else haven't I mentioned? Oh, Ireland. I like James Lowe, Crowley, Bundy Aki. See, I like there's a lot of players that I'm liking just from the Six Nations. Ian says, don't say that, South African fan. We'll never hear that. I like Ben Earl's good. I really like the way he plays the game. Yeah, did you know who stuck out to me last game? Let me pull up his name. He was on Scotland. He was really a standout for me. It was let me pull him up. Andy Christie. Andy Christie of Scotland. He was impressive to watch. I like the way he's playing that. Monty Ione from Italy is super good. I really like him too. I'll definitely check him out some more. Who won the man of the match by the man of the match? Good kick. France is pulling 16-3. Was it Hugh Jones, David? Who was it? Who won the man of the match? Ireland. Scotland. Let me see. Who was in Italy versus Italy Wales? He won last week. It was the second week in a row winning. Can't think of his name. What was his name? I'm just going to go to the... Pawnee was good. He put out today. Panoga. Oh, what a beautiful tackle by Marcus Smith. Where is this? Garbisi. Can't find the name. Oh, Brex. Yes, Ian Brex. That's the one. You saw an inner Miami 1-3. Oh, they beat DC United. Miami's they're like a super popular team here. Rudolph says my favorite rugby player is Lugano. You should check him out on Squidge's trip. I will. And I remember I have him on the list. I'm gonna check him out. And I know I'm probably saying the name wrong too. Lugano. And Jameis Gibson Park. Thank you, Ian. Gibson Park. Yeah, he was a beast. Gibson Park was a beast. Hugh Jones got the try. Yeah, it's Brex. For Italy, number 9. They're doing a tap and go right now, England? Or no, they're doing a line out. Clive said, it's a bit of a loaded question when you ask to pick your best player. To be fair, no one player can achieve anything without the 14 other. Every position requires 100%. You're 100% right about that. Pat says, Border Security Australia, a TV show in Australia. Oh, you were telling me about that one last week. The Border Security Australia. That's right. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I have to learn more about the props, like the props and hookers. I would need to learn and watch more of that positioning. I know a lot about the backs just because of you know, that's what I'm most like the best crossover I have from my experience with American football from the positions I played. I'm going to learn more about the forwards as well. And so I really want to start getting invested and make more videos about the forwards. So like I want to do something like a Toji, some Ellis Ginge, and like those type of athletes, or what's the one from Italy, not Italy, Ireland, Porter, like I want to learn more about that. Yeah, the black, see, I talk more about the backs. I want to get more towards the forwards now that I have like a better understanding of rugby. I've talked a lot about the backs, but I'm going to start moving forward and learning more about the forwards now and doing videos and giving them some glory that they deserve. Because yeah, that's what we call, like in American football, like our linemen, like those are the hogs, man. They're in the trenches making the plays, like getting their nails dirty, man. And they don't get the respect and fame that they deserve, but they're the ones that set the pace, they set the energy of the game, right? Oh, Lawrence, that was a beautiful try by England. Lawrence blitzed through him. He's outside center, huh? Guan Morgan says, I agree with you, Clive. Is as strong as a word. Yep, team is a team sport, 100%. Richie says, you're missing all the game. I know, Richie, shoot. I'm enjoying the conversation. That was a beautiful play by Lawrence right there. That was a beautiful inside pass. Forwards win the game, backs decide by how much. I love that. Andre Pollard, Faf de Klerk, Franco Mostert, all good players. Says John Ray. I'm gonna check them out. England scored. Richie's laughing. I am. I'm missing up. I get to talking. So that's the last play of the half. Good deal. That was a fast half. That was a super fast half. 16-10. France is up. So it's one of those games, like there's not a lot on the line besides second place at this point. But 16-10, France is beating England right now. Nice play. Yeah, England finally, they started looking like they started clicking a little bit on near the end of that first half, which is, they needed that because they were getting it put on them. France was putting it on them. They had the pace. It's not looking good. We'll see how if England can bounce back and have a strong second. As if they start off sluggish like they did in the first 2 quarters of that first half, it might be a little bit rough for them. But France slowed down a little bit right there. Guan says, Morgan says, I missed it, Adam. The URC. Oh, the URC times. Yeah, Sydney. Let's see. URC. Okay, so the URC games next week for me, they start at 12:35 in the afternoon. So Glasgow Warriors plays Cardiff Rugby at 12:35. Ospreys Munster, Sharks versus Ulster at 6 a.m. on Saturday. Okay, so early afternoon games on Friday. We have early morning games on Saturday. Sharks Ulster, Scarlets versus Bennington. And then we have Stormers versus Edinburgh, and then Connacht versus the Lions. So yeah, those are definitely early. Those are good times. I could 100% check those matches out. Then we have the Dragons versus the Bulls at 12:30 on Saturday, 12:30 p.m. my time. And then Zebre versus Leinster at 12:35. Okay, those are all good. So they played. Okay, yeah, I could definitely watch those games. That's week 12 of 18. Wow, 12 of it. That's a long schedule. That's like a NFL schedule. Flat pass taken at speed. It was very nice. The way the timing on that was perfect. And for Lawrence to break that the tackle from Gael Fakou was very nice of him to have good strength to punch through that. What games are you going to live stream next week? And that's a fantastic question, John Ray. I want to see what's going to happen with live streaming now moving forward. Because I haven't had it. I didn't even have any live streams planned after Six Nations. But now after talking to my team and just seeing like how the live streams have been going, I want to have what do you call it? Club live streams now, like watching all the club matches together. And hopefully I can figure out all this copyright stuff this week and this year so I can see how like URC, because is URC as strict with their copyright laws as they are as like international rugby is with theirs? Do you know that, Qrew? I'd love to know. David says, might be a bit tougher to find international feed, but Six Women's Nation, yeah, Six Women's Nation looks. I think we're gonna have access to it on Peacock, I believe. I'll have to check on that. But who do you have winning Six Nations women's rugby? I saw all the photo shoots and everything. They looked exceptional. I would love to watch the women's Six Nations. Who won? Who won that last year? Like who the squads? Let me see. Women's Six Nations. Women's Six Nations. Let me pull it up. So they start this coming weekend, huh? The 23rd is when they start. France versus Ireland, Wales and Scotland, and then Sunday is Italy versus England. Let me see. I want to see 2023. Who won last year? Oh, so England won last year, the women's Six Nations. England, France, Wales, Scotland, Italy, Ireland. Oh, really? Ireland, the women's team. And then 2023, that was 23. 22 was 2022. England, France, Wales, Ireland, Italy, Scotland. Then it skipped 21. It went to 2020. Then we had England. So England's kicking. England's like the top team, huh, for women. They're like the top. Holy smokes. It would be very similar to Six Nations, so just your commentary. Oh, good heads up on that. You can pick up the Ian says you can pick up the pass on Saturday and live stream those. It would allow you to reach out a lot more communities around the clubs. Really? So even if I get the pass, I wonder what their copyright stuff is though. Because if we could watch those the club games live, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Because I'm looking at the URC. It's about pretty much the same times, if not, you know, a little bit later in the day for URC. If I'm able to stream those without any issue, that would be awesome. But that's the thing. It's going to be tough. John Ray says, yeah, very, and have terrible highlights. Like, oh, 2-minute highlights? That's horrible. Adam Kerr says, this is the way I look at forwards. Front row are the short, big guys. Second row are the tall, big guys. Back row are back row is the athletic, big guys. I like that. Because the second row, those are the guys like that are 6'8", right? They're the ones that get in the lift on the lineouts, right? Second row what I was reading about this week as I'm learning it a little bit more. David says England's pretty much nailed on for the women's. They had 29 game win, 29. Holy smokes! Because they were one of the few fully pro nations. Really? Who won the Women's World Cup? Did they have a Women's World Cup? Yeah, the Locks. 100%. What did I call them? Did I say flanker? The Locks. Yeah, the Locks are 100% genre, the taller ones. Rudolph said, see, Rudolph, yep. I mean, England's women's rugby as tops. Ian said, exact same order of games as the men. Highly doubt it. When it's risky, you can try to reach out to them. I think they're called the Locks. New Zealand. Oh, New Zealand won. The New Zealand's team is badass. New Zealand's women's team is badass. Their Australian women's team is sick, too. Against England? Wow, that had to be awesome. So I want to check out more women's highlights and get dialed into that game. Jacques says, like, Jacques, happy Saturday or Sunday, wherever you're from, boss. I appreciate you dropping in. I love that you're enjoying rugby, best sport in the world. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. I appreciate all of your support and just checking out my videos and everything. It means the world to me. How are you enjoying Six Nations so far, my friend? Rugby is the best sport. My URC log. Let's see. Let me take a look at it again. So it looks like the matches start. Week 12 starts next week. And then we have, oops, that's UFC. Let me get dialed in this week with my team and see how I can go about broadcasting URC rugby. I think if I can get a chance to watch it live on stream with you, I'll get all the streams dialed in so we can check out these matches together, because looks like we have a solid weekend coming up. There's a total of 8 matches happening this coming week, and we have 6 more weeks left of it. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll get dialed into it. Now it's time to get in the club rugby. I like Ospreys. Their logo is sick. I think their logo is sick. The Bulls is this team, though. Everybody's saying the Bulls and the Stormers are that's the rivalry, huh? That's the rivalry, right? What's the standings in URC right now? Let me look at the standings. Oh, so we have, and correct me if I'm wrong. I'm saying the name wrong. Leinster is 1, Bulls are 2, Glasgow's 3, Edinburgh is 4, Ulster is 5, Munster's 6, Connacht is 7, Bennington's 8, Stormers are 9, Ospreys is 10, Lions are 11, Cardiff is 12, 13 is Zebre, 14 are the Scarlets, 15 are the Dragons, 16 are the Sharks. I love how many teams that they have. Leinster? It's Leinster. Thanks for letting me know that. I knew I was messing that one up. I could just tell. I knew I was messing that one up. I was just like, let me, you said how the Bulls logo look. Let me take a look at their logo. Let me see. Let me see. URC Bulls. Let me pull them up. I like their kits. The Bulls kits, those, especially their pink kits, are sick. I like it. I like how they have the text that bleeds into the look, and they have the bull's nose under that. But I love how they have the bull's text spelt out that goes to the horns, and with the bull's nose under it, like his snout. That's cool. What's the flower? What's the flower on the bull's logo? They have that. They have the crest, the shield. What is that red and yellow flower on there? On there. It's just a daisy. Okay. I love their kits. That baby blue and that pink is nice. Oh, so Habana has the most tries for them. 37 for Habana. Stain has the top scorer, 1,639. Stain, oh, Morn Stain has the most caps, 144. Holy smokes, that's a lot of games, man. It's a lot of games. Okay, I'm a dial in, Qrew. I'm a dial in. I'm a dial in. No one likes Ospreys. Squidge is an Ospreys fan, and even he does he really? I saw Squidge's tweet during the Wells game. He was so upset with Wells. He's like, now it's time to go watch some real Wells teams. He's talking about the Wells women rugby team and Ospreys. I was laughing. Let's see. You should check out the world rankings to get an idea of the skills. Yeah, good heads up, Ian. I haven't seen the updated rankings. Let me see the world rugby rankings. World rugby rankings. They say Italy's going to go up there. Italy's going to overtake Wales, right? After that, what they put on today. So the men, we have South Africa, Ireland, New Zealand, France. France? How the France is 4? They don't look like a number 4 in the world. England's 5. Scotland is 6. Scotland's going to drop because Scotland does not. They don't look form right now. They don't look like they're good right now. They're inconsistent. Argentina, Wales, Italy. Italy jumped up 10 spots. Italy's number 9. They jumped 10 spots, and they're over Australia. Hold up. Italy went. Hold up, did they jump 10? Or did they go from 10 to 9? I think it went from 10 to 9. So Italy is number 9 now. Australia is 10. Wow. And on the women's side, it goes England, New Zealand, France, Canada, Australia, Wales, Italy, Scotland, USA. Our women's rugby is good, huh? And Ireland. Very cool to see. Let me see the full table. Let me look at the full table. Okay, so now here's the full table. 11 is Fiji. 12 is Japan. 13 is Georgia. 14 is Samoa. 15 is Portugal, Tonga, USA, Uruguay, Spain, Romania, Canada. I always butcher this name. Namibia, Chile, China, Russia. How many teams? Holy crap. I'm going to be reading all day. There's 112 teams on the men's side. 112. No kidding. That's crazy. And then there's 64 on the women's side. So they're still developing the women's side of the game. I love the Bulls logo. Genre. Jacques says, loving it, bro. I'm from South Africa. Springboks to your team. And for URC. Yo, you are Stormers, Jacques. There was a lot of Bulls fans in the chat. There's a lot of Bulls fans in the chat. Jacques, is it Jacques or Jacques? Let me know. I don't want to mess it up. But I don't make it to any RSA games. The Bulls, the Lions, or Sharks. Yeah, we were having a conversation about Bulls versus the Stormers in the chat earlier. That's funny. That's funny. Clive says, hey, women's rugby has come a long way, leaps and bounds, becoming highly entertaining. Women do have a World Cup of Sevens circuit. That's awesome. I've been hearing the women's game has really taken form, and they have like very competitive and athletic women. I'm going to definitely dial into it more, Clive, for sure. Ian says it's Connacht, not Connacht. I'm probably still saying it wrong. Munster's kit. Yeah, Munster with the red and the black is very nice. Adidas did us good. Rudolph says Leinster. Connect. I'm probably meant Edinburgh. 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 Okay, Edinburgh. Yeah, I'm cooking these pronunciations, Qrew, so feel free to correct me anytime. The Bulls won Super Rugby 4 times. It's a daisy. David says Italy went above Australia last week for the first time ever. That's wild. Italy has to. How does it work with the rankings? Do you think Italy will? Oh, Italy's going to jump Wales this week too. They have to jump Wales. So Italy's going to go to 8. I can imagine Wales goes down to 9. That's pretty cool. Up to 10, and then next up from 10. Okay, it's up from 10. Next week updates on Monday. Yeah, I think Wales drops 1, Italy goes up 1. That's only right. Canada's women's team is great. They're about as close as one player team as you can get. Really, Sophie. I've heard of Sophie. Yeah, I've seen some of her highlights. I'm gonna check her out some more. 112 of only 10 teams play. The match just started. England kicked it off, and they got it. Oh, no, okay. Almost did. Here we go. Here's the score starting out. Ulster's logo. Let me see. Let me check out Ulster's logo. From Northern Trevor's logo, previously SA. And then John Murray says, sad to see the Sharks on the log, having 12 Springboks players on the team. The is soft, so it's conked, conked, conked. Let me know if I'm saying it right. I'm probably still cooking it. Michael says you should check out the Bulls Stormers highlights from 2 to. I've heard. Yeah, you mentioned that game. I'm gonna check that highlight out 100%. Wells would be 10. Wallabies would be 9. Ooh, that's a good call. Because Wells played so poorly today. Let me check out Ulster real quick. What is their logo? That's a weird logo. A hand with like England looks good. Ben Earl. Oh, Marcus slipped. Man, England is picking up pace right now. They got it. Lawrence is having a game today. Wow, Lawrence is having a game. Ulster's their logo's a little bit weird. It's different. What's it mean? What's their logo mean? It's a red hand with like a orbit, like rings around it, a black and red ring. It's a little different. Let me see what it means. I want to see what it means. Meaning their kits are nice. They have a black and gold kit as their 3rd kit. That's interesting. I want to see what their logo means. Because I'm sure it has a lot of symbolism behind it. First Irish team. I want to see what that means. The world rankings are it's a pretty complicated formula, says David. Take the results like the 4 past years and weigh them. Really? That's different. It's based on Northern Ireland's flag. Oh, so that's their flag. Okay. Let me look at their flag. Oh, I see Munster. I'm going to mess up. Why am I messing up this? Let me see how to pronounce it. Leinster. Ulster. Okay. Oh, okay. I see the flag. I see their flag now. I see their flag. Okay, that makes sense now. That makes better sense now. Okay. They're called the Ulstermen. It's which one did I mess up? Is it Levioso? Rudolph, I'm cooking these pronunciations today. Conact. 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 Ford brought his kicking boot. Yeah, Ford's playing today. If you ever say Oosterman, how do you say it? How do you say it? The rings are rugby. Oh, that's a good heads up on that, Adam. I can see the rugby ball look. Yeah, I didn't even recognize that before. That's a good call. Ulster, is it Ulster? Marcus Smith. Let's see him. Marcus Smith is pretty gritty, huh? Wow, beautiful pass to the right. Oh, mishandled. Offload was bad. Be right back, crew. 1 second. Well, Clive says, Jeff, I'm a Shark supporter, but I certainly don't want to talk about this season. So good players, terrible coaches. That's the worst when the coaches just break a team apart. The Lions have a nice logo. Which team are the Lions? The British Lions or like the club team? Let me know. Be right back, crew. 1 second. I missed it. Marcus Smith scored, huh? Ben Earl broke through. Marcus created space. Nice inside cut. Good little stiff arm. Beautiful play by Marcus Smith. The whole setup was nice on England right there. They exposed the French defense. I'm just trying to... That Ginge was a nice pop pass right there. Wow. Marcus Smith is fiery, isn't he? He has a lot of fire. Worst time, man. Any URC SA team fans here? How do you like the Championship Cup? I think there's a lot of URC fans here. There's a lot of Bulls fans for sure. A lot of Bulls fans. That was the worst time to walk away, wasn't it? It's sad how people hate George Ford for being boring. He's good at making other players look great. And that's what I've learned this week, David. I appreciate you mentioning that because I was watching Squidge and my first perspective after last week's game was like, man, Ford had a horrible game because his kicking was off. And yeah, his kicking was off. But where I failed to understand in the analysis was that you said it perfectly. He's making other players look good. So he's setting up the players and pieces and making these managing the game so people can look good in a sense. And so I did a lot of research watching that. I'm like, huh. After watching like an analysis from experts that have the vision and the eye of the game and understand how these sets are happening and seeing what Marcus Ford is doing to make these plays come available, you're right. He does an exceptional job of doing that. And him and Marcus Smith, they work good in cohesion. Like I can see how they both complement one another instead of going against one another just after seeing some analysis. So you're spot on with it. It's just wild, like when it's easy just to look at it from a bird's eye view or sitting where I'm sitting and like be like, oh, this guy had a horrible game. But when somebody like understands the game and has the vision like yourself and can see like, oh, this is what's happening, I can get a clearer picture of like, oh, I see where he's manipulating the game to make it happen for the team. And yeah, there's little mistakes happen, but he's doing a lot bigger things that aren't seen from having the ball in his hand, which is really, really cool. Marcus Smith is on fire for sure. And what I like about George Ford is that comparing him to Marcus Smith, Ford seems to have more composure. He's more calm in the moment. And Marcus Smith is so fiery. Like, he's fiery, he's passionate. You saw that tackle on the outside. He was like ripping the ball out the dude's hand because he's like so fired up. And like Ford is just more just like he maintains his cool, which I like to see. Ford marked it. Morgan, yeah, bro, I'm going like 10 minutes, 24-16. England started putting it on them. I missed the last try, but when I saw the replay, it was like they set it up, they executed it beautifully. I'm just making sure to take notes so when I do that review video. England looks slow. Hey, it's only 10 minutes within the second half. England is hitting on all cylinders right now. I hope Irish, but I love Irish. Guess what it means and translate to you how close you can get it. I have no idea. South Africa is playing Wales 23rd of June. Wow, there's a lot of good test matches, huh? His shoulder's out. Nice kick. What happened? Oh, he got thrown off. Wow, France is mauling their butt off right there. The Toulouse? Oh, Toulouse hooker. It's a bit of a classic rivalry. You were saying the Welsh and English rivalry and also the Scotland English rivalry. I've been learning a lot about the rivalries. Jean-Ray says, because of money, it's at Twickenham. Emirates Cup, like the game where the Box beat New Zealand 35-7. Hey, people in the chat, please give Jeff a thumbs up when leaving chat. I'm sure you'd appreciate it. Oh, I appreciate you, Clive. Yeah, thanks for that, man. I appreciate you. Just thank you so much for the love and being here, as always. I appreciate that. That stuff I forget to ask about likes and stuff because I get so caught talking and just enjoying the conversation with you. That's funny. Ian's throwing it in. Oh, nice. That was a good low throw in. Ben Earl with the Atoji clear. Nice kick. Can he track it down? Oh, wait. Oh, England almost tracked it down. He almost caught that. Oh, Marcus Smith. Wow, that was a collision right there. That was a collision. The French defender went up. Ramos is giving him the eye. It wasn't malicious. Ramos is mad, but they both were trying to get access to the ball. It wasn't a bad play. He played ball. Oh, what was that? That was a weird low kick from Ramos. Interesting what happened there. Jean-Ray says Springboks are playing Portugal, so we're gonna see that first 100-0 win. But that's because Portugal is like a tier 2 team, right? Ian says it's far better though if people naturally like rather than to do it on command. Because yeah, that's 100% right, Ian. Morgan says you're a legend, Mark Smith. 100%, Mark Legend. Ian says Jean-Ray, nah. And Guan says, not really. It says, Ian says, list your favorite anthems in order from, man, I have no idea. I'm going to do a video reacting to all the anthems so I can really understand them all and just hear it and see it. France is getting momentum. You don't think the Bucks will beat Portugal? That's going to be, I think Portugal's starting to play better. It's going to be we'll see. It'll be a nice test match. I think that they're playing some different teams. Hurley says all Blacks beat 108 or something, really. They don't have like a mercy rule? Yeah, Marcus Smith, he's gritty, isn't he, Chris? Ramos is, he's in Ramos's face all day. Oh, man, France got that try. Made that look easy. Made that look easy. Is there an aspect of rugby that you just don't get and understand, says Reese? Let me see. Reese, that's a great question. So I'm still learning. I've said it a lot today, but learning how the structure of the set pieces that are happening and managing the game and where the players are supposed to be. Like, I understand from a holistic standpoint, just from positioning in football and things like that, but really understanding why they're setting up their plays and how that's all occurring, and like how they're moving, like setting up those mismatches in a sense and those disadvantages. That's one aspect I'm learning. Anything else that I can really think of? He converted that. France down by 1. Let me think. What else? I think that's sort of the biggest thing right now is just really understanding the tactics of the game, you know? And then, yeah, some of the penalties are definitely go over my head a little bit. I've been starting to recognize a lot more of them now. But there's some things that like happen during the game, like even those little quick taps where I didn't understand that, and y'all taught me that last week. And so there's little intricate details that happen as they come up, like, what is that? So I'm sure there's a lot more pieces that I'm not understanding, but for the majority of like the big picture of the game, I'm pretty much have a pretty good grasp of it. It's just like the little finer details is may I be missing out on. You should react to the best British Lions. 100%, Adam. I have a British Lions video that I'm gonna do for sure. Have a British Lions. You love the Italians anthem in Ireland. Jean-Ray says players can be everywhere, and a number 1 can be on a wing. Oh, okay. Rudolph says 50% of the scrum penalties are just made up by the referees. Is that for real? Tuolangi's. Tuolangi. Oh, that's right, because Tuolangi plays for England. It would have been Pasolo versus the other Tuolangi. Yeah, once you get the ruck, then you got it. Yeah, that's it. Starting to get it a little bit better. Rugby penalties are different to everything else. A lot of them you have to force them yourself and win them. That's what I've been seeing, Morgan. Like, it's a strategy to forcing some of these penalties. And I think, like, who did it well? What match was it where they were able to wheel the ruck and force the penalty instead of actually having to basically hook the ball out. I can't remember what game that was. It may have been Italy. But yeah, how they strategically wheeled the ruck to get the penalty was pretty smart. And that's the first time I've ever seen or heard of that strategy. Ian, I got upset and decided to cook with my wooden spoon. Reese, you wild. Reese, you are wild. Reese, are you going to watch the Wales women rugby? Are you going to watch them play? Yeah, scrums are so 50-50. Go spoon, the wooden spoon, says Mark. Ian says, I get it, bro. Munster supporters, we went through so many years of disappointment and rebuilding your team. It's all a process. Yeah, it's a process, right? Because Scotland's just coming out of their rebuilding process, aren't they? Because they've had I looked at some of the, what was it? Their wooden spoons over the years, and it was just basically between maybe that was the under 20s wooden spoons. I think it was the under 20s. It was like Scotland and Italy, but Italy hasn't had a wooden spoon in U20 since like 7 years or something like that. Winter says, I'm gonna keep saying you need a react video. What's so special about South Africa Jackal? Every time you say your stuff, oh right, let me save that one right now, Winter. If I don't have it saved, I'm gonna save it again. It's funny because I get caught up on y'all saw the list of videos that I have to shoot, and so some of the stuff falls through the cracks every time, right? And so thanks for just reinforcing that. The reinforcing helps. It helps me just like get it ingrained. But no, good tap by France. Wow, Qrew, beautiful. France is back on top. Wow, what a match! It's a back and forth. Reese says, I only watch the main men's union. Sometimes watch Ospreys because I like them. I like that. You see that play? That was a beautiful inside pass. That was a good touch. Beautiful. Pino put it back inside. That was a beautiful play. Ramos with a nice touch. Man. These teams are playing great. It's a back and forth. South Africa scrum made every team scrum moonwalk such a dominant scrum. That's what I've been hearing, John, right? That, what do you call them? They call them Scrum Africa, right? It's 20 minutes left. This game is flying. French fans are absolutely going mad right now. Eye candy coming? Really? Let's see. Pinot moved. Qrew was in a good position. I said the eye candy coming up. The French fans showing all the French base, baby. Let's see. Clive says, but when a wing sees a prop on a wing, he usually has a big smile. See Colby 2019. Oh yeah, because they just know they can just outwheel them, right? Because the size and speed difference, the smaller guy can just take off. Genre say it's all about the poppin' wars. EJ says the more I see France play, the more I'm impressed by the Scrum Africa World Cup run. How did they beat France in Paris? And see, I have not even caught up to that game. That's another one we can add to the list of like, I need to watch that game. I've probably said that like a million times at this point, right? Where's my my nails? The atmosphere is insane in this game. It's a beautiful atmosphere. 18 minutes. Who do y'all think is going to pull it out? Do you think France is going to pull away? Or do you think England's going to lock in and take it. What do you feel, Qrew? Nice lift. France has a strong scrum, huh? Mitchell with the kick. France looks like they're more high powered right now. Nice kick by Thomas. George Ford with a nice kick. I love how they're giving George Ford his roses, saying he commands the backfield. I love that. Oh, Tuilaga's in. Tuilagi, number 23. Jean Ray says there's a reason South Africa is called the most physical team in rugby in the world. See, I want to see a full South African match. I've yet to see them play a full game, so I would love to see it. I love to see it. And T Dot says the full game is on YouTube, so you could probably watch it on stream. T Dot, the crazy thing is, man, even though it's on YouTube, if you stream anything from the world of rugby, like the World Cup, you get hit with copyright strikes just like immediately. It's nuts. They have no leeway to watch anything on stream from like the World Cup. The world of rugby cracks down on copyrights like crazy. I already have 2 on my channel, so we're figuring out trying to resolve that, so we, and toe the line in a sense right now. I wish I could watch that on stream. Pinot with a beautiful reception. Lloyd, what's up? How are you doing, boss? Good seeing you, Lloyd. Is SA playing right now, or am I missing something? I don't believe SA's playing right now. No, not that I know of. I think their test matches are in the summer. France is looking strong. Faku. Yeah, I see where Pino is. He's probably setting up on the wing. Yeah, Royal Rugby is super hot on copyrights. Yep, not just a load of SA fans in chat. Yep, load of SA fans. T-Dot, I guess you can watch it. Just show the clock so we can follow. 100%. That'd be smart. Yeah, that'd be really smart. It's unfortunate, man. I would love to watch all that. Doing well, think wooden spoon. Not with. Oh man, I'm sorry about the wooden spoon. Man, Wales looked very ragged today. That's the crazy thing. I thought they were gonna come to form, but Italy put it on them today. Italy looked world class today. They looked exceptional. I would never buy Stan Sports, man. Ian, me neither, bro. Stan Sports has been they've been cooking me, man. They've been cooking me. So we're just towing the line right now on this channel and just trying to let these copyrights bypass and get them resolved so we can sort of be like stress-free on that sense, because we're at 2 out of 3 copyright strikes on my channel right now. So hopefully get all that resolved and, let those expire if they don't resolve them fast enough. Should use Super Sport from South Africa. Very humble. Oh, really, Jean Ray? Really? I would love to. I would love to. Especially if they're generous, man. I would. Head-to-head, Aldrit versus Earl. 13-11, Aldrit. 41-69 meters, Earl. 15-6, Earl. They're having a good head-to-head right now. Yeah, man, because that's the biggest thing. Got hit with 2 copyright strikes last week, or this past week. And then 1 on Twitter, 1 on YouTube, but I have 2 on Twitter right now. 15 minutes, sad to watch it. Isn't it? It's been such a good tournament. It's been a great tournament. France is really putting it on them, though. Legetic's getting subbed out. Luku is coming in. Any plans for Easter? So... my girlfriend and I are supposed to go to Albuquerque, New Mexico for Easter. And that's like near the end of the month. So we're going to go down to Albuquerque, go see her family, and be there for like a few days. And that's the only plans I have, because her family's pretty big on the Easter and celebrating that. So I'm going to go meet them for the first time. And that's all I have planned for Easter. What about you, Ian? Any big plans? Yep, T-Dot, Breaking Bad, 100%. 100%. Yeah, that's where I was born and raised, is in New Mexico. And Albuquerque specifically is where Breaking Bad was filmed. Can we get a girlfriend reveal? You trying to see? One of these days, we'll bring her on stream for sure. One of these days, we will bring her on stream, 100%. Or you might see her on Twitter too. Who know? Or on Instagram, for sure. Yeah, but that's where Breaking Bad was filmed, 100%. So I was born and raised in southern New Mexico, which is 3 hours south of where it was Albuquerque. But yeah, that's what blew that state up for sure, was that show. And that's such a rough show, man. Clive says, Jeff, in your own time, watch the full matches of the Springboks QF against France, semi against England, and final against New Zealand. 1-point victories and all. Man, I'm going to watch those, Clive. I'm going to. I've said it like a million times in the comments and just have not even had a chance to view them, like sit back and just be like relaxed and do it. But man, I am going to check those matches out. I've heard they're all exceptional. David Hurley says, go Isotopes. Go Isotopes, 100%. Yep, the Albuquerque Isotopes. Yep. I had a few buddies play for the Isotopes, and I have a few buddies that play in Major League Baseball as well currently. Good guys, man. But the Isotopes, they've been one of our most successful professional teams in that state. Genre says, currently in Atlanta, we're Walking Dead. Yeah, Walking Dead. That was the first few seasons, like the first few... I would say like the first 6 seasons were really good, and then it got janky. Last questions from Ian says, maybe what's your take on refereeing and use of technology in rugby? I feel like the refereeing in rugby has been really good, just from where I'm watching it, or from my knowledge base, because I feel like in rugby the referees allow the game to unfold the way it needs to unfold without interjecting themselves too much. I know there have been some controversial calls here in Six Nations, but I feel like the referees have allowed the game to unfold on the pitch and not taking it into their hands. And I think the use of technology is great with like going to the TMOs, because it doesn't take up too much time. I feel like compared to like American football, our review system has gotten really out of hand to where every play that happens is under review. You score a touchdown, it's reviewed. Something happens on the sideline, it's reviewed. And it really slowed down the game so much. It made it boring. It made it sluggish and slow, and really took the confidence out of just like letting things happen on the field. So I think rugby does a better job at the refereeing than American football does. The rugby referees don't try to interfere with the game as much as American referees have interfered with the game. That's my thoughts. What are your thoughts on it? I'd love to hear your perspective. Chris says England has experimented with 2 10s on the field. Yeah, 2 10s on the field quite a while now. Let's hope they can bring on the W. Yeah, Chris, you're right. He's gone. Oh, never mind. Because they have George. They have George and Smith on the field, right? They have Ford and Smith. It's George. They have Ford and Smith on the field, right, simultaneously. So it's interesting. It's interesting how like who do you listen to as like who's the co-captain and who's the main on that one in that situation. It's interesting to see how it's playing out. So far, they're doing well with it. 10 minutes left in the match now. Ian says, "Are you going to stay on stream for an hour, maybe half an hour, doing the tournament reactions after?" Maybe an hour and a half doing a tournament reactions after the game. I might have to shoot a video right after this one ends, just so it's like everything's fresh in my mind, and get it over to my team by tonight. So I might stay on stream for like 5 or so minutes, and then I'll have to head out. But I'm definitely looking at streaming like more consistently now, because we've had such great interaction on these streams. Now I'm looking at getting more club streams in now that this is over, now that World Six Nations is over. And so now I'm going to get into the club side of rugby and start learning on doing live streams on that. So now I got to get that really dialed in this week and figure out how I'm going to do that stream schedule, because there's 8 games of URC a week. That'd be a lot of streams. It used to be Farrell and Ford. Ford has been on 2 years, though. Just so you know, Wells is already 9:30. Oh, already? Wow. Yeah, it's going to be... It's 2:30 here right now. 2:30 here right now. Clive says in the afternoon, I should say. So it's 14:30 here in America, or here in Scottsdale, Arizona. Clive says, Jeff, something you should to watch with your girlfriend to introduce rugby to her, not to mention snuggling on the couch. 100%, Clive. I'd be knowing the way I react to rugby and those World Cup matches. I'd be flying and throwing hands in the air. There'd be no cuddling, just like me jumping up and down in the damn front room. 21:37 there, so it's 9:37. Wow, okay. 23:40 in South Africa, Jean. No, okay, so you're almost midnight. Almost midnight there. Ramos missed it to the right. 22:37 in France, Ralph. Hey, Ralph, how you doing? Happy Saturday. I appreciate you dropping in. French are looking good, Ralph. Your French are looking good. Yeah, so it's still early in the day here. So probably just get something to... The goal is to get outside, walk for a little bit, because I haven't had a chance to work out yet today. Usually I work out on Saturdays just to get like my spa days to detox the body, do a steam session, like steam room, spa, hot tub, cold plunge, and just get the body refreshed for the week. But I'll have to do that tomorrow. So I'm going to go for like a walk or something today after stream and just sort of just enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Marcus Smith marked it at the, I guess, like the 35. Oh, no, within the 22. That was at the 18. I appreciate you all staying on and checking these games out with me, Qrew. I know it's early or late at night for you. It's late at night for you. So by you dropping on and saying hi to me, I really appreciate you. It's been awesome. What an incredible Six Nations we've had. And this game is a good finale to end it. Both these teams are playing very, very tough rugby right now. It's been a back and forth match. I feel like France has the momentum right now. They have the pace and the energy. But who knows? We have 8 minutes left. We'll see what happens. Good tackle by Ben Earl. And they got the turnover. Hold on. Yeah, England got the turnover. Atoji, I noticed he starts the match off with his scrum cap, but as we get to the later, like near the end of the match, he always takes his scrum cap off. I wonder why that is. Probably just gets uncomfortable. Okay, so they did a 50-22 out there, so they're about 15 meters out from the try. Dumbrandt did an amazing job getting that turnover. Ajoji was killed by... Really? So I saw a video where those two were going at it head to head, but Atoji got beat up, huh? Pretty good. Atoji with the nice reception on that line out. Man, France's maul is just destroying England. England's maul, it looks very... They're getting overpowered right now. They're always at each other's neck? Really? Oh, what a beautiful tap. Oh! Wow, England with that beautiful tap pass. Wow, that was beautiful. That tap pass was something of magic right there. Freeman. Did you see that tap pass? That was brilliant. First time I ever saw that was the New Zealand, the Black Ferns, the woman rugby athlete. She tapped it over top, but he just did a low tap. Oh, that was forward. That was forward. That was forward on that. Was all forward. That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. George Ford on that. That was gorgeous. Man, Ford is having himself a day today. Beautiful assist by Try, or beautiful assist by Ford. I said beautiful assist by Try. Let's get this conversion, Ford. Let's see it. George Ford to get the man of the match if he converts this, and they win. Oh, Ford is just ice cold. 5 for 5. 5 for 5. Ford, what a play. 31-30. Wow, Ford was ice cold on that one. George Ford. Five for 5 on kicks, on conversion. Ford touch pass, that Ford assist was nice. I'm just writing notes, so that's why I'm sort of talking out loud, crew. I'm sort of talking out loud while I'm writing notes. At the 75th minute, 74th minute, something like that. It was beauty. Imagine losing to England, the worst feeling in the world. It says genre. Adam, oh, I missed it. Adam says France drop goal. Hey, Adam, you could be onto something. Through the hands, easy as you like. Nice, Chris. You said it perfectly. That was just something, just magic. Oh, for the Frenchman, he jumped over him. That was good play. Taufi Fanua. 3 minutes left. England has to be sure to. Hey, EJ says EJ's laughing from Adam. Yeah, Adam, that's a valid point. Did the drop goal? That would be something, wouldn't it? Get a drop goal from France. He tried to dummy it. Fakou tried to dummy that. Karma's the best dish served. Best served French. That's funny. Oh, Biabere to Pinot. Oh, maybe. They have a chance to drop goal. England has to make sure not to get a penalty and set up for a penalty kick. Oh, they do have a penalty advantage. There's a penalty advantage. Here we go. France is going to take the penalty. Oh, wow. France has to take the penalty. Might as well. Do you ever get bored watching NFL? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't it like 3 hours, 30 minutes or something? Ton of ads. Reese. Yeah, I do get bored watching NFL. It's hard for me to watch a complete NFL game anymore. When I was younger, I used to be able to sit through a complete football game. But it's weird. Like, once my dad passed away, I sort of lost interest in American football. I just think because the characters in the game, they started getting too prima donna. They started acting out, and it was just like really unpleasant to watch for me. And so from a personal standpoint, I'm not a fan of how a lot of the athletes carry themselves, right, on and off the field. I think like just very act like the world owes them something in a sense. And so it's hard for me to watch a complete NFL game from start to finish anymore. If anything, I'll drop in and watch like the ending of a game, or I'll just watch the highlights at the end. But yeah, I watch football very sporadically anymore. And that's why I'm like latching on the rugby, because like my love of football, I always loved football because I played it. But just things as I've gotten older and just watching how the players carry themselves at times in itself, it's just like I have better things to do and sit on the couch and watch one game throughout the entire day. Like you said, a 3-hour, 4-hour game. And like by the time the game ends, Monday is the next. Okay, France took the lead. Minute left, last play. Ramos got it. Wow, what a game. Yeah, so it's hard for me to sit through a full match anymore of NFL. Reese, 100%. Just a lot of things just changed my perspective on football. And like you said, the ads, the players, the time it takes to watch a game. I have so much better things to do and focus on myself than watching that all day, right? It takes too long. This has been an exceptional test match. Then the broadcaster said it perfectly. It's been a test match for the ages. France is just going to kick it out. That's going to be game. France is going to kick it out. That's game. GG's France. France wins it. Wow. Wow. That's heartbreaking. Ramos with the win. Congratulations, France. Congratulations, France. Man, that's a rough one for England to lose. Man, just too many close matches, right? So now they take second. So it goes Ireland, England, Ireland, France. I thought England would have won it too, Reese. Wow. They said they had a dominant final quarter of that match right there. So crazy. Beautiful game. What an exceptional tournament, Qrew. What an exceptional tournament. Wow. That was a lot of fun to watch. That was a lot of fun. Good job to France. Good job to Ireland. Congratulations, Ireland, on winning Six Nations for the second year in a row. You can celebrate your St. Paddy's Day with a lot of happiness and joy, celebrating the Six Nations win and celebrating St. Patrick's Day. That's the best way to do it. And congratulations, Italy, on getting back-to-back wins and going, 2 wins and a draw? The best output they've ever had in the Six Nations. Absolutely incredible to watch. I'm glad that I got to witness it with you, Qrew. Thank you so much for the love as always. Ian with the 9. I appreciate you, Ian. I really appreciate the content you made, by the way. Made the 7 weeks, how interested you are in the game. By the way, Ian, thank you so much for the $10, brother. I appreciate you. And thank you so much for dropping in on the streams and helping me, educating me, learn this game, learning some new language, helping me learn a little bit of Gaelic. Can't say I learned it. I can't say I learned it. Teaching me some Gaelic, some Welsh, some French, some Italian, some Fijian. Y'all been incredible. I thank you. Oh, congratulations, France. Allez les bleus. Allez les bleus, Guilherme. 100% congratulations to France. Seriously. Clive says, being humble is essential trait in rugby. If you're not, the game will teach you. That's what I love about rugby. You said it perfectly. It's the humility in the game is what I absolutely love. Mark says, terrible. Reese says, very fun to see you react to Six Nations for the first time. Bring eyes to rugby is amazing. Hard loss. That was a very hard loss, Chris, for sure. Especially like so many close games. Rugby is a game of 15v15, and England loses the big games. That's sad. Leka Day, all cheers. Thanks for the great entertainment. Hey, Michael, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. All the love, support, incredible energy. Bye, lads. Yeah, take care, Qrew. Adam, you take care. I appreciate you. Enjoy your Saturday nights, your Sunday mornings. And we will be back on another stream. I'll figure out the club schedule for URC, and we'll check out some URC matches together. And then as far as like the international rugby, we'll check out as well. Thomas, congratulations, France. Thomas, for sure. Y'all deserved it. The better team won for sure. They played more consistent. They played grittier rugby today is what I feel, and they were strong. France played a really strong game, and nice to win. Good luck. Can't thank you enough for this. Ian, I appreciate you, man. I can't thank you enough for being here and showing all your love and support as always, man. We'll definitely stay connected offline. And, yeah, Qrew, we'll be back on. We have some more videos dropping very soon. We have the 2 Alagi Bros dropping next week. And, man, we have a huge batch of videos upcoming. If there's any more that you want me to check out, we'll continue to learn this rugby and get more into the club side now of things, Qrew. Now I have to pick a Six Nations team, and I have to pick a club team upcoming as well. Tomas says, love your reaction. I appreciate you, Tomas. I appreciate you so much, man. Y'all mean the world to me. We're going to continue to have fun together. And, Qrew, I'm out of here. I love you. I appreciate you. Enjoy your Saturday nights, your Saturday morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Enjoy your Sunday morning, wherever you are. And we will be back on another one, Qrew. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for your positivity and your love and your support. And we'll catch you on the next one. I'll let you know when we're going to do another live stream, looking at doing more of these, what do you call it? The club matches and checking them out. Ralph, my man, Ralph, congratulations. Leo Bar home de match. 100%. 100%. I love it. I appreciate you. And congratulations to France. Congratulations to you all, Qrew. Thank you for being here. Much love. And we'll see you on the next stream. Catch you, Qrew. Love you. Talk to you soon. All right. Bye. Have a good day.